Zippity ba da da doo doo. Dippa dabba doo. Zippity doo. Buddy ba doo.
Well, it's probably a bad time to tell you fellas, but Negative Reagan just crapped himself.
Get out of here already.
Da, 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 da. Na, 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 na. This is Pomp and Circumstance. It's a bit that if you're watching this on YouTube or the Spooterfy or whatever.
Spooter Man.
Spooter Man. I'm sorry, Spooderman couldn't come to the phone. He's a little tied up.
We're gonna drink real quick.
We're just starting the show, and now you get a drink. we were fucking around for 42 minutes, and now you got a drink. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
God damn it.
Hey, let's play the intro song. Cool. Now that we've done that, I'm going to leave. 15 seconds, 25 seconds. I'll be back. You two schmucks make the people entertained. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to laugh at you because you left. You're the only person who... Oh, hi, everybody. You're the only person who has a video camera, and you left. You left the magic box on the screen. You fucked off to get water while we're sitting here blowing our eyes out. Look at us. Look at the fire and the... Hi, everyone. Look at the fire. We're stuck in our boxes, and you're the only one who can move.
You think that this is comfortable. It's not. It burns 24/7, Edgar.
I didn't know it burns. I don't know why it's supposed to do. Oh my God.
We hide the screams when we're doing the show, but we're screaming eternally.
Yeah, it's really it's not fun.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
We're gonna get to you. We will take all of your introductions in due course. Hello to Steve.
Welcome.
Hello to Juanita.
Hola.
Also, we understand there's a Sven and his uncle Terry. Hi. Well, this is a long list of you, and I'm not going to read all of them.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Grind Slam. I am your host, Edgar, and of course, I'm here with my two lovely co-hosts, Mr. Robin Machuca and Will from South Texas.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, my God.
This is yeah.
Yes, Robin?
This is the show.
This is the show. Welcome
is
to
the
a special Grand Slam episode here live in middle of rural Pennsylvania. And
Pennsylvania?
Hey,
Why not?
I don't come up with the rules of where we do the show. Okay, it's random every week, Edgar. You should have read this in your letter. Anyway.
Excuse me if the letter went to the wrong mail.
Well, that's not my fault, is it? Anyway.
And of course, Robin did say this is a special episode because, as you guys can see, on the Twitch follower, whether you're listening to this or watching it, wherever you are, but if you're live with us on Twitch right now, as you can see, we hit the 50 follower mark. And we're at 51 followers, guys. And that means we get close to the affiliate. Basically, just a couple of more things, and then we get to the affiliate. And I just wanted to thank you all. All of us wanted to thank you all for following us. We hope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Deets, our Diet Z123. Thank you for the follow. Wow, thank you.
Oh, Deets?
Yes.
Was it Deets? Deets!
Our Deets.
Deets! I know Deets! Deets! Deets. I'm gonna use the thing.
Uh-huh.
The Teven Bastards. All right, Deets is from the regiment. The Teven Bastards. Deets. You beautiful northern man. How are you?
Thank
Deets
you.
and I have a special connection.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a special connection that will not go questioned. It is special. Hey,
Okay.
Deets.
Oh,
Yeah. So keep your questions to yourself.
I'm just Jesus, all right.
but okay, so
I will say there are a lot of Amish people staring at me right now.
Well, you showed up in a bikini in the middle of their community. What do you think they're gonna do?
Well, I'm sorry if there's just a random desk and computer in the middle of rural Pennsylvania, but I mean,
whose fault is that?
exactly. I mean, it's not my fault you guys didn't show up. I don't know where you guys went. I'm here alone with with Amish people.
Amish. Well, talk to them. Be friends with them. Be one with the Amish.
They're like staring at me from like a distance. It's kind of weird. They're hiding behind a fence, but I can see through the fence, so I can clearly see them.
Oh.
Hey! I can see you!
Oh, the English. Yes, we best go.
I can see you standing up and walking away!
We can see you, sir. We see you behind the haystack. It's a field. It's a flat field. Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay. Well, you have a good day now. No, thank you. I don't want any pie. Go away. Thank you. God.
Now, Stefan brought up an interesting question, which I'm not going to repeat on here.
Okay, Robin, don't you say it. Don't you say it, Robin. Don't you say it, Robin. Don't you say it.
I wanna say it. I wanna say it, but
you can bleep it out, Will, because I have.
Don't you
my
tell
shirt
me
off.
what? Don't you fucking tell me what I can do.
Could've-
This is how the Grand Slam breaks up. But to answer your question, Stefan, who is in our Discord, which you can of course all join.
Yeah.
That the Discord, boom, there, link. Has asked a question, and I think the answer to that is yes, but only on during the thing where they get to leave the community. I'm talking, Robin. The thing where they get to leave the community for like, what is it, Rumspringa? Something like that.
That's a party.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry that I don't know all of the terminology of the
I don't
Amish
know it all
community.
either. I just know what Rob Springer is. That's all I know from the
Okay, well, this is what's gonna break us up. This is Amish terminology. But you know
think
what?
It's made entirely out of wood.
Stop it.
Robin,
They
what?
get like splitters.
Oh,
or,
God.
Like,
Stop. We're moving. You know what? I just Robin. Sometimes
maybe they use cow fat on the inside, and it's it's so funny out of context.
Robin, I have a message. It just came to me. It's from God.
Okay.
And God has to say, "Shut up."
God damn it! All right. So shall we move on?
Shut up.
Well, I was gonna. I wanted to do the thing. So what I was trying to say was, since all of you followed, I wanted to give everyone every single one of you a thanks, and we're gonna do that in the way I think it's the way. And by that, I mean we either play the Pomp and Circumstance song, or Robin and Will say the Pomp and Circumstance song, or sing it.
We'll say it.
As
I'm
we
on this.
We'll say it.
As we say thank you to each and every one follower that we have here.
Every single one of you.
Every single one of you.
All right.
Jesus.
Okay. Let the music. So, are we going with you guys doing the music, or am I going to play the pomp of circumstance? Oh, okay. Then we're going like that. Alrighty. Starting from the bottom and up. Mr. Eric Saxual. Thank you for following us. We love you. Mr. Soppy Carnivore 3, my homie. Love you, Mr. Soppy Carnivore. Thank you for following us. Mr. Polar Berries, my another homie. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for following us. No, excuse me. Caroline Along, our good friend Caroline. Thank you for following us. We love you, Caroline. Thank you for following us. Mr. PK Lucas, another good homie of mine. Thank you for following us. We love you so much, my dude. Now 814. Thank you for following us. We love you. Dylan MM5. We love you, Dylan. Thank you so much. Thank you for following us. 18315132229.
Speed up the reading, Edgar.
Thank you for following us. We love you. We love you. Jackson DML. Thank you for following us. We love you. We love you a lot. Blood pressure. Thank you for following us. We love you. Gurian music. I'm sorry if I didn't say it right, but thank you for following us. We love you. Green
Robin,
Spartan.
come on, help me out here. God.
Green Spartan 91. Thank you for following us. We love you. Cloud9. Thank you for following us. We love you, Cloud9. Wallquaker15. This who I think it is another homie. Thank you for following us. Love you, bro. We love you. Thank you. Sir Carl of Denmark. Thank you for following us. We love you, Carl of Denmark. Thank you. Skeleton Henchman. Thank you for following us. We love you, Skeleton Henchman. Gerbo 119. We love you. Thank you for following us. TTV Toolsies. Thank you for following us. We love you. We love you. Lunch Snake. Thank you for following us. We love you too. Thank you for it. Pickles 23. Thank you for following us. We love you. Thank you for it. The Jimothy. Thank you to Jimothy for following us. We love you and thank you.
Now just the baseline.
Previato. Thank you for following us, Previato. We love you. Thank you for following us. Man Ass 390. Thank you for following us. We love you.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one?
Man Ass 390.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Stay. We love you. Thank you for following us, Stay. The Goob of Mankind. Thank you for following us. We love you. Captain Vulgar. Thank you for following us. We love you. Thank you for it. Jabberwock02. Thank you for following us. And we love you guys. We love you. Big Greg 74035.
Thank you, Greg. Oh, homie. Always the homie, Big Greg.
Thank you for following us, Big Greg. We love you. Thank you for it. Brandon Rowdier. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but we love you. Thank you for following us. Juju B Juice. We love you, Juju B Juice.
Juju B Juice.
Thank you for following us. We love you. Green Beret Wolf. Thank you for following us, Green Beret Wolf. We love you. Thank you for following us. Mr. Botpush, who we had on the show a couple of votes ago. Thank you for following us. We love you. Fox Zelda. Thank you for following us. We love you. Boston Dan 91. Thank you for following us. We love you. Duran My Level. Thank you for following us. We love you. Pastel Puny. Thank you for following us. We love you. Lil's Girl 05. Thank you for following us. We love you. Storybooks 87. Thank you for following us. We love you. Lilithus 0929. Thank you for following us. Ella Unusual. Thank you for following us. We love you. Hannah Beth 1001. Thank you for following us. Corey Ember.
You know what I mean? Thank you for following us. We're going to die. Thank you for
I almost said, hold up, let me finish. Corey Ember. Thank you for following us. We love you. Soviet Molotov. Thank you for following us. We love you. Mr. R. Reina 525. Thank you for following us. Love you, brother. Superbat 0911. Thank you for following us. We love you. We love you. Fernie Merck. Thank you for following us, Fernie Merck. We love you. Thank you for following us. Defactor. Thank you for following us. We love you. Bob Semple 420. Thank you for following us. We love you. Anthony 98. Thank you for following us. We love you. Oh my god, what is that? Mr. R. Deets 123. Thank you for following us, R. Deets. The last one we have. Thank you for following us.
Was it loud? I have it so low.
Thank you for following. It was very loud.
Oh, how about now?
That's better.
How about now?
What?
I don't know what's going on.
But I just said everyone who followed us. Hey, in general, thank you all. We love you all. Thank you so much for following us and getting us to the big old 50. Hope we can now, our next goal, hope to get to the big 100. But thank you all. We love you. And that's what we wanted to say first.
All right, well now we're all gonna go get water. Okay.
God damn it.
Night-
There's that Nightbot didn't hear your name, bro.
What audio sound do you have on, Will? You sound like very like on a walkie-talkie.
Oh shit.
There, fixed it.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we wanted to do first. Thank you guys. We love you. So
There we go.
on to the next one.
Well, that's it. That's the show.
That's the show.
The show was us dicking around before the intro, you getting water after the intro got played, reading names while very poorly doing pomp and circumstance, which, by the way, just like pomp and circumstance at an actual graduation, went on for way too long for a good bit.
Yeah.
Reading names. And now, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go home. Thanks, everybody. We've got a thing to review.
We have a movie that we all saw. And
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a movie it's nominated for an Oscar. I think only one Oscar is nominated.
Yes, it's nominated for an Oscar, and that same actress is nominated for a Razzie.
Yeah. And this movie is called Hillbilly Elegy. Oh.
Yes, and that quite sums up what the movie is. Now,
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
so it is a movie based off of a book of the same name, which the book is a biography of this guy who has a hillbilly family that lives in Ohio, and this guy is basically trying to make himself like big because he got into Yale. So
yeah.
It's either Yale or Harvard. I can't remember.
It was Yale.
But yeah, okay.
And
he's trying to make himself look, good in front of, because he wants to get a job at a law firm. I think that's his main goal. But then he had to go back because his mom is not doing too well in terms of like drug abuse.
She got, as they said in the movie, she got an OD.
She's on that. She's on that heroin.
Yes,
I believe it's called heroin.
Heroin.
Heroin. It's an opiate of some kind.
Black tar.
She apparently had some kind of a roofing job or something. A lot of tar.
Before we get a bit more into the movie, what were your guys' quick thoughts of the Hillbilly Elegy?
Well,
it wasn't very funny.
No.
I didn't think it was going to be funny, but like that was a throwaway comment. It wasn't very funny. This wasn't one of the okay, we're gonna redo this whole take. Okay, the joke didn't go off as I thought it would.
God damn
it! One. Okay, Edgar, your line.
Me.
I thought the movie.
Okay, I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Close / Meryl Streep. Who is it?
Glenn Close.
Okay, so her and Meryl Streep, I get confused because they're both great, right?
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
Honestly,
yeah.
I was gonna say like I thought it was okay. It feels like this is a movie you really only watch for Glenn Close.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, the story just seemed kind of, I don't know, generic. But instead of like dealing with a family death, it's dealing with somebody who OD'd.
Yeah.
But like survived it, luckily. But and it's like it's a movie that has a lot of flashbacks in it, going back to the main guy's childhood of why he kind of distanced himself from his mom.
Yeah.
Not just his mom, but from his family there. So
yeah, it's very. I guess it's kind of like what we see a lot in like movies now. It's nothing new that we've seen before. Cause I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. I mean, Glenn Close was like, she was good in it, but
I don't understand the Razzie though. That's the part that I don't get. Because Glenn Close is both nominated for an Oscar for her role and a Razzie, which if any of you don't know, the Razzies is the award show for the worst movies ever made, as well as like like Glenn Close was nominated for worst actress, but she was also nominated for best supporting actress at the Oscars. So like it's funny, but at the same time, it's like you watch and like I don't understand the Razzie thing. She's good in this. She's the only one in here that's really good.
Yeah, she was enjoyable, and I wouldn't. I don't know. I know there's more to it than there is, because I know the author of the book. I think he does like panels and stuff after he released the book. But
I did hear there was some kind of like controversial thing with this movie. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but
one of the things was like people who live this life and like actual people from hollers and from the parts of the South where like this is just, and the Midwest, like where this is their life. We're just like, yeah, this is our life, and it's not for your entertainment. Like there's like,
yeah,
it was like so there's just a lot about the movie that I think a lot of people who are actually from some of these communities were like, yeah, the movie doesn't show everything, and the things it doesn't show are really like blatantly missing. Like there's a lot of better parts of the community, I think, is what they were getting at.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, we've got a lot of problems. So like, I mean, it's an in-group out-group problem, right? Like, you know, from an outside perspective, it's not going to be the same from those who are inside of it.
Mhm. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. First off, I didn't know Hans Zimmer was the one who composed the music.
Oh yeah.
It was him and some other guy, and I will say I did not like it. Something about the music felt real off. Like it didn't fit the movie at all, and it just felt. It's kind of weird to say, but it kind of felt a bit generic or something like that. Like it's like I don't know. I didn't like the music in general. I guess you could say it, but
like that's the thing is that it's music is by Hans Zimmer and David Fleming, which I don't know who David Fleming is. He's a new guy, but no, it's not his best work. Oh, I didn't even know that. I keep forgetting this was directed by Ron Howard too.
Yeah, Ron Howard,
which
he's done hit films as
like
Arrested
Apollo
Development,
13, A Beautiful Mind.
He was also Opie.
He was. I was gonna get to that. He was Opie on the damn it, Andy Griffith Show. So yeah, wasn't he in a John Wayne film and he got thrown in the river by John Wayne, or is that somebody else? I think that was somebody else.
Oh, that's weird.
Anyway, but
that's
I don't know, like it, like this. If this is based off of an autobiography.
Oh yeah, he also directed Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like if this is supposed to be based off an autobiography, this is kind of going back to the quote unquote controversy about this, like saying how this is not how what our life really is, and it's like, I mean, it is based off of an autobiography.
Yeah.
But then again, from what I've heard from from Lori, who's been on the show in the past, she does have, if she was here listening to this, she would have had something to say about Ron Howard and A Beautiful Mind, how he basically changed the guy that Russell Crowe played, like how his story behind. Like I forgot exactly what it was. She has a lot more. She goes into a lot more detail about it and how much she doesn't really like Ron Howard all that much, and how she usually takes like true stories and somehow change them to fit a better narrative, but it also ruins like the original idea of what the true story is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't show a lot of important things in a true light, and I think that might be
that's Hollywood.
Yeah.
And
that's just Hollywood. That's what Hollywood does.
Yeah.
John Wayne's The Alamo. Yeah. the about the only part that they got right in that was that in the end they lost. Okay.
I can't speak for her 100% because I'm honestly I don't remember what exactly it was, because I remember she's told me like once or twice, but that was like a while ago, so I don't remember everything that she said. But she had some pretty fair points for at least A Beautiful Mind. But I don't know. There's not really much to talk about this movie because it's just so. I basically just told the whole story of the movie a little while ago. Yeah, guy comes back to see his mom is trying to kick this addiction, but she OD'd, and he's trying to help her out as best as he can.
Yeah,
there's a lot more to it than that, though.
Yeah, I know there is, but it's just like,
for me, I guess you could say it's well, one thing I didn't like the way the movie ended was very, very like it was like straight like very generic. Where he's like, oh, he's like, I gotta go. He's like, that's where his mind just happens to be like, oh, now I learned my lesson. I'm gonna go, and then he does this stuff and goes along the way because he remembers his mom does. I got it when I told him like his mom was gonna put his hand out, and it's gonna go flashback to him remembering him doing that was shown in the beginning, and it just his mind is open and he changes and he goes on, and then that's how it ends. And I just it felt very generic, the ending, like it was very like one note. um the Glenn Close, she was like the best part of the movie. She played the grandma Mima.
I'll be honest, I thought Amy Adams did pretty well.
She was all right.
I don't think it's as good as Glenn Close's performance, but I mean it was. I wasn't upset with the performance wise.
Well, yeah, I wasn't mad about her performance. There were some parts where I was like, there's parts where I kind of like giggled, but like chuckled a bit of like how very out there her character is.
Honestly, I think really, I really enjoyed everybody who was acting in it. The acting of it wasn't bad. I thought the acting was like the best part of the whole movie, but then
yeah, because I mean, Amy Adams in general is a really great actress.
I thought the lighting was quite nice. No, just kidding. You said that you thought the acting was the best part of the movie, and I was like, oh, you didn't like the lighting? I thought the lighting was nice. I mean, not the music, not the story. I thought the lighting was nice. It was really sorry.
Well,
that's such a shitty throwaway comment, but I just thought it was funny. Well, I thought the lighting was nice.
Sometimes that's a good argument for some movies. Maybe not this one, but yeah, I mean that's
God, imagine that.
Unrelated, right? Okay, we're gonna come back, but like the lighting, right? It's a story. It's a story about making of like Lord of the Rings. I think the last one, Peter Jackson, and what's his name who played Frodo? Tom Cruise. So Tom Cruise says to Peter Jackson, because they're in the tower and like he's walking up it. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen. They're walking up this tower, and it's this like dark tower, right? Like there's not a lot of light in it, and Frodo says to Peter Jackson, he goes, "Where does the light come from?" And Peter Jackson goes, and Peter Jackson says, "The same place the music comes from." And he goes, "Good answer." And he just moves on with the scene. But like that's true. Like they're in this tower, and it's the Middle Ages, like an alternate Middle Ages, right? And there's all this light, even though it's like dark light, right? It's like it's not very well lit, but like you can clearly see. So it's clearly like they did it in post, right?
Yeah.
And like. And it's like, where does the light come from? We're in the middle of this tower. There aren't like torches everywhere, like lighting up the staircase. Where does the light come from? The same place the music does. Yeah, post. Got it. But like, it's like the lighting. That was a story. That's a little hee hee ha ha to go with the lighting bit. But I agree that the acting in the movie was pretty damn good.
For what they were given, at least.
Yeah. And like I think so something to remember is that Hillbilly Elegy, I think it's not just called Hillbilly Elegy. It's Hillbilly Elegy, a memoir of a family and a culture in crisis, right? Mm-hmm. So there are some the author is not just it's not just an autobiography, right? It's not just about his family. It's not just about him. He's talking about a broader culture.
Yeah, especially talking about the opioid crisis too.
Right, and
Yeah.
And the broader issues and problems that Appalachia, his region of Appalachia is facing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where people take issue, because he shows a lot of the crisis of Appalachia, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm looking now because I finally refound it. Like I had found an article, and I'll post this in the Discord. But it's a historian who's saying, like, I don't accept everything in this guy's book, because there's a lot of different trains of living going on in Appalachia. And so that's, that the guy took his family and he took where he grew up and he told his story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with telling your story. But I think the message that people are getting from that are very broad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where some of the issue with the movie and the book, we've always got to say this, right? The book has got to be better than the movie is.
I mean,
Just because, yeah, it
Most
has
likely,
to.
probably.
That's like the rule of books, because in the book you can always get more information.
Yeah.
Always. And in the movie, they go, okay, cool, we got a book, awesome, great. Now let's take this thing and let's rip it to pieces so that we can make a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, let's take it so we can try to figure out a way to turn it into a movie. So,
yeah, and or if you want to go the opposite way, you can go The Hobbit, which was, hey, let's make 3 movies out of a book that ought to be 1 movie. We're coming for you, Peter Jackson. It's not Peter Jackson's fault necessarily. It was the studio who got Jackson, because he made the off topic, but the Hobbit movies are bad, okay? They have good scenes in them, but they're bad movies. Anyway, we might review those. But anyway, the book's probably better.
I'm fucking down to review The Hobbit.
I don't know if I have the strength.
I think I'm down to review Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, just like how Robin was suggesting we should review all of Star Wars.
Oh no, I do not want to review all of them in one episode.
No, Robin, that's only like, okay, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, that's 19. We're gonna watch the extended version, so let's make it 22. That's only like 22 hours of viewing.
God damn it.
Which means our review on it will be 38 hours, because I'm going to talk about every detail.
I do want to, like, I do not reviewing like after a whole 22 hours, but like I would want to like rewatch the Lord of the Rings movie and then review them on here. This is way off topic, yes, but like, same with The Hobbit. But I also want to do the same thing with the Star Wars movies,
starting with
A New Hope,
Rogue One.
No,
yes,
I get. Well, do we want to do the spin-offs?
Yeah, it's part of the story. It's all canon.
Yeah. Good point. We got to do them.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
We have to do all the Star Wars movies.
We have to and we've got to watch.
We have to watch Solo.
Episode.
We have to watch Solo again.
Not Solo.
And I didn't. Okay, I know we're getting. Okay, fuck, we're getting into these weeds, but no, I'm getting us back out of the weeds. Hillbilly Elegy.
Okay, we're back in.
Glenn Close.
Yes, Glenn Close.
Her role in Meemaw was good.
She was so great.
So here's the thing, right? This story, like, starts off with the main character is at his family's house at his great grandmother's.
It starts off in a flashback.
Yeah, it's a flashback, and they're at his great grandmother's house, and she is very old, right? She, she's very, very old. These are not rich people, and it's a sermon that's playing on the radio, and the great grandmother is listening to the sermon, and then her daughter, I assume her daughter, right, is Meemaw. And she goes like, "Hey, let we're all gonna take a picture together, okay?" And like then they take a picture of the entire family, and
then like it shows like other families.
Then
before
it shows
them.
it shows the other pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
And presumably those are all the pictures of the family, right?
Yeah,
or at least connected family. And that like sets like how important family is in all of this, because and the fact that those family members that we see in the photos, right, and some of them are very old, like a lot of them always lived in Appalachia, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
But like Meemaw, like she and her husband, they didn't live together. There were a lot of problems. We can get into that, but her and her husband like had to run away from Appalachia to go to live in Ohio, in a different part of Ohio, where they could get us where the main character's grandfather, Meemaw's husband, could get a job at a steel mill as opposed to working as a coal miner, which is like the job that everybody had, right?
In Ohio, yeah.
In Ohio, right?
Yeah.
So there's this, it's like a series of the strength and importance of family, but also there's some breaks in that because Meemaw and her husband had to essentially flee the hills and the hollers and like go run away because she was pregnant at what, 13, I think they said?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So like already that's like, okay, that's a big problem. They ran away, right?
Yeah.
They left Appalachia. And he's a mean drunk, grandpa is. We find that out in a flashback that grandpa is this like mean drunk, and he keeps coming home drunk and being a problem for the kids and for Meemaw. And Meemaw, as played by Glenn Close, says, "You come home drunk and mean like this again, I swear to God, I'm going to set you on fire." And she does.
Yeah.
The man is passed the fuck out on the couch, and she sets his ass on fire. And she's just like, "I told you I'd do it. I told you I'd set you on fire." And walks away. She leaves. Like, she's just out of the shot, maybe. And the girls, her children, have been hiding in a closet because, the domestic abuse, right? Like, they're hiding. And that's another theme in this show. This isn't a happy show, right? This is heavy shit.
Yeah.
But like,
there's like this. It's like
so they're hiding, and it goes down to the next generations too. But they put out the fire, is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in all, they put out the fire.
They put out the fire at the end, but yeah, I guess this was like only my other issue with it was I kind of felt like they could. I wish they kind of just focused on the main guys as a youth, like when he was younger, and just like continue with that story, because I think like the best parts were when it was his Meemaw, like when we saw Meemaw like go through, and then when we got to
I'll go for it. What I had a problem
interrupting much.
Well, because like what I had a problem with it was that it just felt like I kind of knew where it was going.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't. I don't know. I a lot of movies I kind of, even if it is based off of a biography, I don't want it. I don't want to know where the story is going. Like I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's like he's gonna have to come back and he's gonna have to deal with his mom. They're gonna find some kind of mutual understanding, and then she's gonna try to use again, which eventually she does, and then it all happens to just work out in the end, and it's like, okay,
yeah.
Well,
that's why.
That's the other problem with the. I mean, the movie's already kind of a long one. Like it's hedging on 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
And the problem is that like it isn't just over like that. Like it came to this sweet end where it's like, and the main character gets married and they have kids and they move back home to be close to family, and his sister's married to her husband and they've got 3 kids and they're like happy, and the mom, spoiler alert everybody, the mom gets off of the drugs in the end and she's been sober for 6 some odd years now. But like what it's not showing is that like you're never not an addict, right? Like you're never not an addict. Like that woman is going to be an addict for the rest of her life. And like you always hope the best for people, but like, no matter what your vice is, if you're addicted, you're addicted.
Yeah, it's gonna.
You always want it. It's an eternal struggle, and some people are able to face that, and like they're able to face it their entire life once they just have gone through the terrible time of getting off of it or stopping it or whatever.
They're able to like, in a way, I guess, control it, the urge.
Yeah, you're able to control it, but they always have the nag. It's always kind of like, whether it's cigarettes or booze or something that's quote unquote harder, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a part of you that's always going to want it. So like, that's a story that they didn't include because they capped it off right at the end, right?
Yeah.
Also, what they didn't put in the movie, the main character has to go back to
do the interview.
Has to go back, and they said like he graduated law school. Okay, cool. The guy was and they talk about this in the movie, right? But like the guy has his roots in Kentucky. He was raised in Ohio. He was raised in a poor family that had problems.
Yeah.
He gets it. He goes to Ohio State University, or actually, I believe it is the Ohio State University. It's how you pronounce it. The Ohio State University, right?
Yeah.
He goes to a state school, a good state school, but it's a state school. And then he gets into Yale, and he is working 3 jobs and on scholarship and getting aid. And he can't afford Yale, and he's busting his ass to do all of this, surrounded by people.
All right, well, we will say, because they don't show this until the very end, but like the financial aid is because he was in the military, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he gone to the military to boot, right?
Yeah.
And surrounded by people, all of whom think they're better than him.
Yeah.
Because of the way he sounds, from where he's from his background, and from where he went to school before he went to Yale.
That guy, like it's kind of like that thing of like, never judge a book by its cover. 'Cause, I mean, that guy is a smart cookie if he's able to get into Ohio State and then go to Yale.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I mean, yeah.
But he's surrounded by Ivy Leaguers whose families have always gone to Ivy League schools, right? So what I'm saying is that there actually is a bias against there's just a bias in the Ivy Leagues, period, right?
Oh, yeah.
And but like and there's all kinds of biases in the world, but that if you sound a certain way, there's Southerners who are smart, like this guy, and it's like, oh, well, you sound stupid. It's like, well, why do you think I sound stupid? Because you have that accent. Well, what accent? The accent that you have, that like they make a joke of it where he says the word syrup, as it's a single select syrup. It's like, yeah, it's funny, like, haha, he says syrup or syrup different than we do, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm saying it with an accent.
Syrup.
Yeah.
I believe I've had this conversation with some friends online who are from different places, and they say syrup.
I alternate between both of them from time to time, but I think because I've been living here, I've been saying syrup.
Yeah, syrup. Yeah. It's just how I say. Like everything, like every brand of soda, no matter what it is a Coke.
Yeah. I know. In California, we just call any kind of soda. We just say soda.
Yeah. I don't do that. Every single soda.
And like I said, I alternate again. Yeah. I either say Coke or I say soda. Most of the time, I say soda. I know up in the Midwest, they say pop.
Pop.
Yeah.
Just like Jimmy's.
Jimmy's is like for are they for like sneakers?
No, they're sprinkles.
Really?
Yeah, sprinkles.
You
call them Jimmy's. Huh. You've never seen the Kids Next Door? Codename Kids Next Door?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know, right? That's some old Cartoon Network stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so what I'm saying is that we all there's these biases in the world, right? Mm-hmm. And one of those biases is that a lot of people think a lot of Southern people are dumb because of how they talk. Yeah. And I'm not saying like that's the absolute biggest bias in the world. That is not what I'm fucking saying, okay, people? But I'm saying it exists
in the context of the movie.
And in the context of the movie, like all of these Ivy League guys think they're better than him, right?
Yeah.
And that's just not changing. There's a lot about the movie that they you could almost make a second movie. Yeah. I don't want them to, but you could almost make a second movie and be like, oh yeah, by the way, here's all the things that are happening. Here's more story about Meemaw, because like, what was her life like? Because we inherit problems, right? From our family. We also inherit benefits from our family. That's just like how it works. So like I want to know more about Meemaw.
Meemaw.
Personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I kind of felt like
that she lit a guy on fire once.
Yeah. That's why I kind of felt like if they were going to do this film, they could have I felt like they could have just focused on when he was young and just continue developing that, and then that's how we follow with Meemaw, and then we get more Meemaw. Or if you wanted to, you could have just kept it with the adult, like the older version of him. But I would have preferred the younger version of him, and that's how it's like of him growing up and learning these lessons from Meemaw, and from like where he's from.
Yeah, I think it should have been from when he was a kid, because then that would be a little bit more in line with the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an autobiography, so I mean. Yeah. Then it would make sense a bit.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't read the book. Is the book chronological?
I think I don't know. It may be. It may not be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if this is based off of an autobiography, I'm just automatically assuming that it's like, oh, okay, there's going to be a bit more like sequences of when he was younger.
Yeah.
So like, you could have just had a bit more focused on that instead of going back and forth with these flashbacks. But I mean, I will say that I'm glad that they didn't overdo it to the point where the flashbacks kind of got confusing. But it still felt like there was an overuse of them.
Yeah. Because I felt like if there was more stories of him when he was young, it would have. I felt like that would have suited the film better, as it would have just been like a story of like, I guess you could say a coming of age story of him and where he's from. And I felt like that would have been a better structured film, especially since we would have gotten more of Glenn Close and more of Amy Adams, and just develop that story more and just continue for us to see it. And I felt like that would have been a much structured film than what we got with this. That is mostly like it's flashback and then present time, flashback then present time, flashback then present time.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty much done talking about this movie. I mean, I don't really know what else to talk about.
Yeah. I guess, do you guys want to do the overall thoughts and ratings of this película?
Wait. One more thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
So the main character... Excuse me, I'm in my throat. A little bit of Diet Dr. Pepper, not sponsored. Please, Diet Dr. Pepper, sponsor us. I would be so happy. Get some of that Diet Dr. Pepper money. So the main character, he lives life, blah blah, goes law school, gets a girlfriend. Her name is Yusha.
Yes.
Right.
Yusha.
Yeah, her name's Yusha. She's Indian American, right? So her dad came from India and came this is like the opposite story almost, kind of, because this is like a family that came to America with nothing and then rags to riches got their daughter into Yale, whereas the other guy's family has been here for generations and now they got into, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Within one generation as opposed to several generations. Anyway, but so they're dating, and that's another break because Appalachia's really, really white. That's just a fact. So now, I don't know. I feel like it's a good I don't know, some kind of it's a good message because it fits well with the strengthen family message, but also the fact that everything is changing, but some of those changes are good. You know what I'm saying? Some of the changes that are happening in the world, in this guy's family, some of those changes are going to be good.
Yeah.
Because several generations back, that his marriage wouldn't have been okay. And I'm not saying the whole family was I don't know this family, I don't know them, but I'm saying that would be another thing to explore if they made a second movie, because we live in the world that we live in, and we live in a society.
Oh no!
Sorry.
We live in a society.
We live in a society.
Apparently,
but I'm saying that's another thing that I was because the mom in the movie is he shows her he grabs his phone and he shows his mom a picture of his girlfriend, and he goes, "This is my girlfriend," and her and I quote, "What is she?" Whew, that's a phrase. What is she? As opposed to oh, where does her family originally come from? Which ours has been in Appalachia for X number of generations, and we came here on the first boat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And what is she? She's Indian. Okay, she's very pretty. That's the sentences. I think almost direct quotes, right? And it's
so.
That's, I don't know. That is saying a lot with saying a little, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. But
I think that makes sense a bit, because I think that is a bit. I think that is given, I guess Amy Adams' character's background. It's just it kind of makes sense. It says a lot by saying very little.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, and again, you got to be careful here because I'm not saying that like every person who's ever lived in Appalachia
exactly.
is backwards and like like terrible. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
we're talking about Amy
older
Adams'
generation,
specific
right?
character, and these specific characters in these movies.
Yeah. And how they were portrayed in it's just you got to be really careful because there's somebody out there who's going to be like, what is he saying? And I'm not saying anything worth saying. I'm just saying stuff. We're gonna have to edit out all of this. You know what? We're done. We're not even gonna rate the movie. We're just gonna leave. No, we watched this movie. And we're not even gonna rate. But are we at the point where we want to rate the movie? Are we done?
Yeah.
Edgar?
I feel like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Will, I'll start with Will then. Mr. Will, what is your overall thoughts and ratings of Hillbilly Elegy?
I'll give it I don't a 3 stars. Like 3 out of 5, because there were good parts, and I liked Glenn Close's character, and there were parts of this movie that I really, really liked, that I actually had what they were, I think, trying to do, which was draw an emotional response from you, not you, but everyone, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes in the movie they got that from me because of reasons, and I was like, okay, well, fuck yeah, I this scene gets me and all that, right? But I agree that there's some things, and I haven't read the book. Maybe if I have read the book, I would be like, oh yeah, this is a great movie. But it's not the best movie I've ever seen. Glenn Close is the best part. Her scenes are the best part of this movie for me. I have more questions. I tend to agree with some of the critics of this movie that this gives a view of Appalachia, but not the view of Appalachia. And a part of the problem with the view is that it's getting some things, it's making some things bigger than they are and making some things smaller than they are. It's not giving all of the picture, and all of the picture is hard to do. It's just hard to give. That's just the truth of it. And I haven't read the book, and maybe if I had, I'd be able to be more critical or more praising of the movie, but I haven't, so I can't. So I'm going to give it a 3 star. It's worth seeing. It's maybe worth seeing more than once.
Interesting.
So that's, it's worth seeing once for Glenn Close.
Yeah.
And if you love Glenn Close's scenes, you might watch it again down the road and think, oh yeah, this Glenn Close was really good in this movie. So that's what I think. Edgar, can I ask you what you thought about the movie?
I thought the movie was fine. There were some parts, I guess, that were entertaining, like Glenn Close. Not much of it was very and most of it was just very a one note straightforward, especially when it really got towards the end of the movie, where it was very oh, it's just straightforward. It's it's what you expect from it. And I'm not mad that I did see this movie. It's just I have a lot of problems, a lot of issues personally with this film. That it's just it's with the pace, the editing of this film, and how they go about with everything. So I like how I felt like they could have just focused on him when he was young, than doing the present time flashback and all that stuff. The music really was very generic, especially since this, which was kind of it was Hans Zimmer in it, but I was like, I didn't like the music in this.
That's the thing. Hans Zimmer's music is very you can immediately tell that it's Hans Zimmer's music. This one did not feel like it was obvious.
Yeah, and that's what surprised me when I was hearing the music. I was like, and then it showed composed by Hans Zimmer, and I forgot the other guy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this sounds. I'm like, that doesn't sound like anything like it. And the music never really like felt like it was part of it. It other than like it had that weird banjo like part in it that quote unquote gave it to the film. Some of the performances were solid. Not everything was great. Amy Adams was solid. I think she's done better performances out there. Glenn Close was the best part because I felt like she was the one that balanced everything out in this movie. But other than that, I don't think it's interesting to go and watch it for yourself to see it. 'Cause I've never seen the book. I've never read the book. I mean, so I don't know how it differs from each other. But
I've also never seen it. I don't know what it looks like.
Same. I've never seen how it looks.
What is a book?
It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. But I think overall, I'd probably give it just 2 stars. It wasn't something special, but it wasn't something I hated watching the entire way through. It was just very samey for me.
Before we go to Robin, I have, between what you and I both said during our rating, it sounds like, because I both agree and disagree about the editing thing. Like I see the point for the flashbacks, and I also understand that some of it was kind of not choppy, but like it abrupt, I guess you could say. Is this a counterexample of how flashbacks cannot work, whereas Mank is an example of how flashbacks work?
I'd say it's more in between, because there's certainly some moments where it felt like it did kind of work, but very, very, very few.
Whereas Mank, the flashbacks just goddamn work.
Yeah, because they made it felt like we were watching a screenplay unfolding.
Yeah.
It felt because not only was like, I guess Mank was just the homage to Citizen Kane, so it was following how Citizen Kane was edited in the way. But I guess I wouldn't say that's like the Hillbilly Elegy is the opposite. The one I would describe to not to do with flash forward and flashbacks would be Bird Box. That's just me.
That's right. Yeah.
Bird Box.
I have not seen Bird Box.
It's on Netflix, but I would say Bird Box it's an example of like how not to do flashbacks and flash forwards. One, it's just a terrible film. Second, it's like, and my big problem with it was just like how they did flashbacks and flash forward, really bad. But that's for another time. But yeah, but I wouldn't say Hillbilly would be like the opposite of Mank.
No.
But that was just my main issue with Hillbilly. Now, Mr. Robin, what is your overall rating, and thoughts on this película?
I'm in between 2.5 and 3.
So 2.75?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll just go, well, because I don't know if I want to give it a 2.75 or if I want to give it I don't know. I'll give it you know what, fuck it. Yeah, I'll give it a 2.75 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the acting in this from everybody. So that was really what kept me a part of it. Like kept me in it. There were a lot of flashbacks that I felt didn't work, and there were some that did. So yeah, because I'm trying to think of what else to talk about it. Because that's my overall thing. 2.75. You can watch it for Glenn Close, and you can just watch it once, and that's you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, but did you like the lighting?
That's the main question. That's what the audience wants to know, Robin. Did you like the lighting? You might be controversial with this, so be careful what you say. Be very careful about what words you're gonna say.
Do not
be very like you gotta know what words you're about to say, because you might erupt a volcano.
Be careful, Robin.
Like tomatoes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do we do? Robin was...
This is what breaks up the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But
yeah, 2.75.
Goodness. But yeah, that was Mr. Hillbilly Elegy, guys. If you got Netflix and
Mr. Hillbilly Mr. Not only is there a gender to a film, you've given it the respect of the Mister, like thanks Mister, and then like the film like tips its hat and like throws you a nickel or something, maybe even a quarter. Oh, thanks Mister, throws a quarter. Like what?
That's just the way I speak.
What?
But that's Mr. That's...
Oh, thanks, Mr. Computer. I sure do need you for this whole streaming thingy. No problem, kid.
Oh my God.
Here's the quarter. Go buy yourself a pack of Luckies. Like,
God damn it.
But
Lucky Strike, the only cigarette. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. That's just how I said it. I didn't know what I was speaking. I'm just...
Look, you
on this episode of the Grand Slam, we bully Edgar for his talking.
You already bullied him for the cheese.
God damn it!
It's fucking, you started the show. We did the intro, and then you left to get water. You did that in the 45 minutes we were fucking around.
God damn.
Oh, Edgar, never change. Never change. But that being said, guys, we are not quite done with the show because we do, of course, have to. I'm stealing Edgar's parts. We do have to.
I was gonna say, like, if you want to watch the Hillbilly Elegy, just go watch it on Netflix if you have Netflix.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah.
We're not done with the show, though, because we've got to go to our untitled segment idea. Edgar?
Yes, so without further ado, we're going to put our untitled segment idea intro. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That was our untitled segment idea.
God damn it.
No, that was the untitled segment idea theme song. We're not done.
Is this the costume montage from the Spider-Man movie?
But I guess let's start with Robin. You, Robin.
Oh.
Yes, you, Robin. What have you recently seen, watched, read, etc., etc.?
I played a really shitty game called Air Combat Vietnam, I think it's called. It was a dual pack with a Vietnam aircraft game and a World War II carrier game. Could not get past the tutorial because that's just how fucked up the game is. Like, when Edgar was with me and I was playing the fucking Vietnam one, the camera, we were in third person in a Vietnam US era plane, and if anybody would want to know, it was the Thunder Chief or the Thud. The camera did not want to stay perfectly behind it of the plane in the third person mode. It was like slightly to the right and up.
So you
couldn't see the plane.
Also, the background of that game was fidgeting really bad.
Exactly, the background was fidgeting. There was a lot of graphic fidgets.
Oh god.
It was just not good, and I can't even get past the tutorial because, I just want to turn the game off already because of just how terrible it looks. At least I got it on sale. God. Don't get that game. Do not get it. For some reason, there's a community on PlayStation for that game.
Oh, God.
I don't know why. It's not good. Anyway, that's my thing. How about you, Will? What did you recently watch, listen to, played, or read, etc., etc., etc.?
Well, frankly, Robin, I don't think that's any of your business.
Oh my god!
But I started playing Fallout 76 again. The last time we did one of these segment ideas, a week ago? I was toying with the idea, but I gave it an update, and me and Stefan have been playing.
I am currently re-downloading it.
Oh.
Yes, and we live in fear that it will be downloaded soon. We live in existential fear that you will bring your character back into the game of Big Chungus.
Oh my god!
The only weapon that Big Chungus has, is the fat boy, the big baby, the fat man. That is what it is called. It is a mini nuke.
Yeah.
And that is the only weapon he has. And he has a stockpile of mini nukes.
At least it's not like the experimental Merv, where it's like a cluster of tiny mini nukes that I launch, and then that's a real thing. Real in Fallout lore. Look it up.
Yeah, we live in fear. I
have a mod where it turns the mini nukes into baby Seans, so it just launches babies.
Well, that's a sentence.
And when you launch it, it plays the theme that John Cena comes out to.
Okay. Well,
I don't actually have it, but those mods actually exist.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Also the mod where it transforms a Deathclaw into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, Macho Man.
Oh yeah,
Macho Man is Macho Man.
You're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Ding ding. And then Spidey jumps up. What are you doing up there? Staying away from
you. So Edgar.
I'm not done. I was just letting y'all go. I was like, all right, I'll just be on the other side of this glass and watch the animals at the zoo. Oh look, that one's got a rope swing.
That one's dead. Oh.
I'm. It sounds like I'm laughing, but I'm crying. I miss Tim. Now it sounds like crying.
When Robert Goulet cries.
Robert Goulet.
All right.
But yeah, I'm playing Fallout 76. It's been fun. I am doing the Brotherhood of Steel storyline. Stefan's been helping me with that. I've been, I would say, pretty loyal to the Brotherhood of Steel. I have not been willing to let any of the other people, any of the other groups in the game, take our guns or that kind of bullshit. It's been like, nope, these are our guns, and you can't have them, and that's just what it's going to be. Also, and I don't know how the story ends. I've literally no idea. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to kill the lady in charge of the Brotherhood of Steel in Appalachia. Because, by the way, Fallout 76 takes place in Appalachia. I hope it's not Meemaw. And anyway, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to kill her. I think she's a little bit crazy. But you know, it ought to be fine. And I am enjoying it.
Edgar.
Robin. Robin.
Yeah.
Edgar.
Yeah.
What have you been reading, playing, watching, viewing, consuming through eyes, ears, or indeed, what have you been eating?
I haven't eaten anything yet. I just ate two
ass, tons of ass.
I ate two.
We might have to edit that out. Actually, I don't know, but what have you been eating? Ass. That's our that. There we go. There we go, guys. We got the Fishman Lives for Robin. We got Edgar's burp, and we got just a picture of me with both hands to the side of my mouth going ass. That's the troika of emotes. That's
oh my god.
ass. The Fishman lives.
God damn it.
Ass.
Edgar, what have you recently done all that?
Ass. He's been eating ass. That's what's go, Edgar.
I had 2 cups of soup, ramen soup today. But I have been playing some games. So Robin let me 2 games, which was the Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. That's what I've been playing right now. But then he got me Metro Exodus, so I've been trying that out. But then I saw that Mortal Kombat XL was on sale, which has all the DLC for Mortal Kombat X. So I'm like, hey, why the hell not? So I bought that, and I've been playing the story mode of that game. So I'm playing like 3 games at once.
Nice.
Nice.
I could also see in chat about ass and hail.
Ass. Do when you're playing 3 story games at once, do the storylines ever mix in? Like, are you ever like, oh, we gotta go down to the Candy Cane Mountain to save the princess from the evil King Schmarklock, and also then after that we've gotta eat some ass.
Well, one is about Chloe from Uncharted. She's going to India to find the lost tusk. I forgot what it is, but then in Metro Exodus you play as a Russian, and then in Mortal Kombat XL you're fighting not Quan Chi. What's his name? I don't know. But you're trying to say things, and Radiant's going evil. And you're playing as yeah.
Well,
that's
the show, everybody.
I mean, you ain't wrong. It is the end of the show. But of course, before you guys leave, thank you all for following us on Twitch. Thank you for all your support. We love you guys. We wouldn't have been here without you guys and your guys' support. And we hope the support continues and we continue to bring you entertainment, guys. And also, if you haven't followed us on our Twitch or Facebook page, you could do that on the links right over here. You could also, follow us on Spotify, because you'll find this on Spotify and on YouTube as well. You'll be finding these here. If you missed the show and you want to continue watching it, go hop on there. Also, if you're new to this and you like us, why don't you give us a follow? Give us another follow, and you'll be getting that delicious burger, the one that you like and you desire. And also, you could follow these 2, Mr. Will and Robin. Their tags are on their names under their usernames right here. You can follow us there. Continue us. Also, Discord, if you want to be part of the community and get the updates early and other fun stuff in there, or just be part and have fun in the community, just all that goodness, then you could just go and click the link and you could join us on our Discord community. We'll love to have new people in there. And anything you guys would like to say before we end the show?
We're gonna play Minecraft at some point.
Yes.
There was a Minecraft stream this week. Edgar and Robin played Minecraft.
We did. We finally did episode 2.
Yes, well, that should be coming out next week. That episode on YouTube.
And did you make that monument to God?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. or perhaps more importantly,
Good.
Yes, yes. Oh God.
So yeah.
It's abstract, but I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, but of course,
Did you kill the dog?
No.
No, we didn't want to kill a dog.
Get over here, Robin. I'm gonna talk to you in the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh.
Edgar, stay there.
Okay.
I don't understand why didn't you kill the dog?
Because it was a dog. Okay. Well, why would I kill the dog?
I hate you.
Why do you hate me?
I hate you. No. Well, I do like the monument.
Thank you.
It's nice.
It took me a while. It's not
Kill
just
a dog on top of it.
Oh my God.
Set it on fire. All right, I'm out. Bye.
All right. Bye, God.
Well, I don't know if God knows this, but we can hear God from the kitchen.
Yep.
God is loud.
He doesn't understand he doesn't understand inside voices.
I think he doesn't understand inside voices because he created everything outside.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm just gonna make all this stuff out here. Anyway,
shit do be kind of weird though.
Shit, weird. I don't know though. Shit do be kind of sus. That's an Among Us reference.
Do be kind of sus.
Also, you know what? Among Us, maybe that's something we play with the community some night.
Yes.
We've done it before, so
we've done it before. Maybe check the Discord and maybe we get an Among Us thing going. There's some mods out there for Among Us. I've seen on the YouTubes that they got mods. They got mods for Among Us. Who knew? Me. I brought it up. Also, they just dropped a new map. I played 2 rounds of it, and it is very confusing. It's big.
It's like 2 stories, I think.
Yeah, it's very confusing. It's very big, but it could be fun. But I'm gonna get the Minecraft.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it installed.
And we're gonna let you know when we
Minecraft.
do. We're gonna let you know when we do that live stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully also once we do get affiliate, we do want to add some stickers, Twitch emotes for the chat to use and have fun with, So hopefully we could get those in there soon, Maybe we make them our own. We get other people to help out, We'll figure that behind the scenes. Everything else. But we have other stuff that we have planned for the future.
Fuck you, Will.
What y'all can't see is that there was a little piece of gaming news that Robin shared with our private messages.
Movie news, but yeah.
Okay, whatever. And I didn't read what you post. I just responded. And anyway, he posted an image, and my response was ass.
Quoted.
Quoted.
Yeah.
The big news is that the new Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson is going to be set on Earth 2.
Ass.
Numero dos.
So
there you go, everybody. You got a little bit of gaming news right at the end, and we have no comment until next week. Edgar, you want to run the credits while we laugh at ourselves?
All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching. We love y'all. Thank you all so much. We'll see you guys soon. And bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.
The Fishman lives.
Adios. Adios, everybody. Adios. 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 Adios.